Hello, welcome to Ian's Bricks. It's another haul. I've got some boxes of Lego to get into. These two big boxes over here are actually from lego.com, which I order from all the time. I've also got this as well, which is another auction haul. Now it's a lot smaller than my normal auction hauls. Unfortunately, I only won one lot this time, which has its own problems and implications for that. But the sets have arrived. I've also got some sets from a mystery supplier. So thank you, mystery supplier, for these sets, which I picked up over the weekend. And I've also got a bag as well from Amazon. They normally deliver things in boxes. I normally order quite a lot of stuff from Amazon, so they come in boxes. But unfortunately, this particular order didn't come in a box, because basically it was a part of an order. So let's get into this. We might have a candidate for crap packaging of the week. So let's get into this and see what the state of the Lego sets are inside. Let's have a look and see what they look like. I think we might have got away with this one. I think we have. Not too bad at all. Actually, they're very good condition. So thankfully, even though there's in a bag, they weren't too bad. So I've got two Harry Potter sets, and these are 76424, the Flying Ford Anglia. This is a set that normally has a recommended retail price of £13, £12.99 here in the UK. It is a set that's down to retire at the end of this year, so it's fairly short shelf life on this, although the car itself is very similar to cars they've had in the past. I know they did a 4 privet drive a couple of years ago. That set included a Ford Anglia, but basically Amazon had these on special. They were down to £9.99, which isn't the greatest of discounts, but on top of that they had another offer: buy 4 of something and get another 5% off. So I'd actually ordered 2 other sets of something else, which I've already got as part of this order. That makes it £9.49, but I had loads and loads of cashback, which I turned into Amazon vouchers. So I'd used my Quidco and my top cashback money. That had matured, and I turned that into Amazon vouchers. So that basically means I got both of these sets for completely nothing. So free sets to start off the haul, which is always a good start. Let's get into the rest of the boxes. I think we'll start off with the mystery box next. So I've already had a look through this. Obviously it wasn't a seal box when I got it. You can see I've got some sets poking out the top. I put it down on the ground just because it's a little bit easy for me to get into. So what did I get? I bought some multiple things from my mystery supplier. So this is the first set that I got here. And these are all sets that are retiring at the end of this year, or currently down on the retirement list. I've got this 75386. This is Paz Vizsla and the Moff Gideon Battle. Whatever that is. This is obviously from a show that I've never watched. It's from The Mandalorian. Look, so you've got the Mandalorian and child down there. You get some decent figures with this. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a set that I don't know anything about particularly, although I do know it's Star Wars, but you've got some decent figures in there. Now, normally this has a recommended retail price of £34.99 for that size box. Ouch, that's expensive. However, this is readily available on Amazon cheaper, and I managed to get this from my mystery supplier for £16.20, which is a 54% discount. So I thought that was a very, very good discount. In fact, all of the discounts from this order are 50% or more. So I've got 4 of those. Of course, all the boxes look in very, very good condition. And they are the first 4 sets there. I don't think I've got any of those sets yet, so it's nice to get a few sets that I haven't got any of. We have also got 4 of these. And I have got some of these already, and these are the Minions. The Minions and the Banana Car. 75580 is the set number. These are normally £19.99. Interestingly, I just had a look on lego.com, and these are currently classed as temporarily out of stock, which does surprise me. These are readily available all over the place at Amazon and things. So I got these for half price, £10. I think £10 for a set like this is very, very good indeed. So we've got 4 of these. These boxes on these are very, very flimsy and very thin. So these are sets which, yeah, I mean, people aren't probably that bothered about the box condition. What I do like about it, you do get some interesting figures. Now, I haven't seen Despicable Me 4, which is what this is from, but you get AVL Tim, Pit Crew Ron, Mega Minion Dave, and Mel. So you do get some odd shaped minions there. So it's nice to have some different minion characters. Now, we also got 4 of these, and we've got some Speed Champions. This is set number 76921, the Audi S1 e-tron Quattro. I like my Speed Champions, as you know. They do very, very well on the secondary market after a couple of years. I think this is quite a nice one, actually, as Speed Champions go. Probably loads of stickers in this, but I quite like the look of that. I think it's a nice looking vehicle. These are normally £20.99 now here in the UK, and I managed to get this for £10. So that meant it was a 52% discount. So again, I've got 4 of these. 1, 2, and the other 2 are just down here. 3 and 4. So boxes are all great condition. And we've got another one where we've got 4 of something, and it is this set here. And I know people always say, oh, what are you buying more Animal Crossing for? Well, I quite like Animal Crossing. I like the figures. Whether the sets are going to do particularly well in a couple of years' time after they've retired, I really, really don't know. But this is down on the retirement list for this year. I think this was only released towards the end of last year, so it's not had very, very long on shelves, this particular one. And I do like the 2 figures with this. You get Wilbur and Tangy there. I think they're both 2 quite good-looking characters. I like the pointy ears there on Tangy. So this is normally £32, £31.99, and this I managed to get for £13.50. So that is a 58% reduction on recommended retail price. So again, yes, it's Animal Crossing, maybe not the best theme to buy for Lego Invest in. However, I do quite like these. Nobody else seems to be bothering with these, but hopefully something big will come up. In a year or two's time, people might be like really, really after Animal Crossing, fingers crossed, and I'll have loads and nobody else will have any. So we'll have to wait and see. I only obviously second guessing this, but yeah, I do quite like these. What's interesting, of course, about I think the Animal Crossing sets is they do not come with stickers. So all of these things here that you see, they are all prints. So it is nice to know that there's no stickers with that, unlike Speed Champions, which, as you know, come with loads and loads of stickers and are a real pain to put on sometimes. So we've got 4 of these. Again, very good price. I think that was the best discount of all of them. 58% discount. Best discount on probably the worst set, the worst kind of theme. Now, we have one more set, but we've got 10 of them. And the reason I got 10 is because I don't actually have any of these at all, and it is a Jurassic World set. This is the Baby Bumpy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word there, so I'm not going to try. 76962 is the set number. This is a set that again is down for retiring this year. There are different dinosaurs in this theme. I know there's like a mini T-Rex, and I think this is quite an interesting theme they've decided to do, this sort of babyish small kind of dinosaur sets that they've been doing. This is from the Chaos Theory Jurassic World, whatever that is, so I haven't actually seen that. But these were, again, a very good price. £19.99 is the recommended retail price for these, and I got these for £10, so basically 50% off, half off. So I think £10 each for these, and I've got 10 of them all together, is a very, very good price. Interesting, I've just seen on the top of the box there, if you can see that, it says eggshells are not included, just in case anyone was under any doubt that that wasn't Lego. But anyway, so that was interesting. So we got 10 of these. Why did I buy 10? Well, I've not got any of these previously, and I think at £10 each, I've never seen them that low on Amazon here in the UK before. So I thought it was a good opportunity to stock up on a set that I didn't already have. How many is that? 6. 2 more make 8. That's 7, 7, 8, 9, and we've got number 10. So all the boxes are in very good condition. Quite a lot of sets there, quite a lot of duplicates, but as I say, obviously I'm buying for investment. These are sets which are all down for retiring this year, so hopefully once they retire in a year or two time, these will be sets that people will be wanting to get. Right, I'm going to move things around a little bit to create a bit of space, and I'm going to get into my auction haul box, which is this one just here next. Most of the sets have opened are behind me over there. This is my box that I'm getting into now. I say this is from the auction house that I use quite regularly. Now, the disappointing thing for me, I think people have now caught on to this auction house idea. I've done quite a few videos and we're getting some really decent old stuff from these auction houses. Not always the best profit for Lego investing, and there obviously are you are competing against sort of other investors, but also people that are wanting to buy the sets as well. So that always means it's going to be a lot of people after these sets. So yeah, it does mean, of course, that I wasn't able to get as many lots as I normally do. So what I actually did is, with a lot of these auctions, rather than sit there on the day and actually go through and bid on the day, what I'll do is I'll put pre-bids in before the actual event, and then hope that I'm lucky enough to win some of them. So I always have my maximum bid. I always try and work out how much sets are going to cost me, including costs and post and packing and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll place my bids appropriately there. Now, normally when I do this, I normally place 20, 30, maybe even 40 bids. So I put quite a lot of bids in, and most of the time I'll win a few sets. I mean, I think there was once where I won loads of stuff, and I was very, very lucky, and I got loads of stuff. This time I'd actually been outbid on most of the things that I'd bid for the day before the auction. I think on the day of the auction you can only get outbid in the actual auction itself, and so I kind of knew I wasn't going to win loads of stuff. But then when it came to the end of the day and the auction had finished, it turns out I'd only won one lot. The problem with that, of course, is the post and packing charges are quite high. And because of that, if you win one lot that's a medium size, it costs you £20. If you then win another medium lot, it just costs you an extra £5. So you can see there that, you know, if you win two lots, it's £25 postage plus, of course, VAT on top of that. If you win three things, then it would be £25 for three things. So it kind of it makes the sort of overall price for all of the sets cheaper. However, I did only win one, which means the postage and packing on this was absolutely huge. So I've got 4 items in here. They are all from Lego City. A couple of them are current sets. They weren't the sets I was going for. I was going for the older sets, and one set in particular. Actually, my hammer price on these 4 sets was £80. However, on top of that, you've got your buyer's premium, which was £21.60, and on top of that, £19.95 in postage, plus £3.99 VAT on the postage. Ugh. So that meant that my total buying price for all of these 4 sets was £125.54. A little bit more than I would have wanted to pay for them. However, that's how it is. Sometimes that happens when you pre-place bids, and it means that obviously I did pay my bill, and these arrived in the post last week, I think. The auction was a while ago, so they're a little bit slow at sending these out. So let's get into these sets, and I'll show you what I've got. I say 3 of them aren't particularly exciting. One of them I think could do quite well, but we'll have to wait and see. So the first set is this one here. It's a city set. Now this isn't something I would normally go out and buy. I think Lego do helicopters all the time. 60405 is the set number. This is a set from, and if I can see the year on this, someone's put a great big sticker on the bottom there, so it's very, very difficult to maybe tell what year this is from. I can't see a year on here at the moment. I found it's from 2024, so it's only from last year. I can't remember whether this is retired already or not. But anyway, look, these I think sell for, I did write this down, I think these sell for £20, maybe £17.99. I'm going to probably end up selling this for £12 to £15, who knows. But that's the first one there. All very well done, of course, which is good to see. The second set, we've got 2 in the same box. Let's get this one open in bubble wrap. They do wrap the things very, very well, I will give them that. So we have 2 sets there, and that is the first one. 60451 is the set number. The emergency ambulance, again, I think this is currently available. I've got a warning sticker on the back. The box is fine. This is £17.99, I think, normally. Really not very exciting. This is probably something I'm going to end up selling for probably about 12 quid, something like that, because I'll probably just want to get rid of this quite quickly. So yeah, not the biggest sort of profit on that one. And then the last one, which is actually a slightly better looking set, I think. Again, this is a set that is retiring this year, and I might even think about buying some more of these because I think this is okay. It's a bit different. It's a lifeguard truck. You obviously get the two figures here. You get the red sort of bodyboard as well, and the little lifeguard saving thing there that you all remember from Baywatch. So yeah, I quite like the set better than the other two. I think this is definitely better. This is $19.99 recommended retail price, but again, I think if I sold this on this year, I'd probably be looking at selling this on for about £15. Maybe I'll just hang on to this one because I think this one's got maybe a little bit of legs in it, and it could do better maybe than the other two. However, what you all wanted to say is, Ian, stop waffling about these boring sets. Show me the big set that you're actually going for, and this is the main reason why I bid on this particular lot, and it is this rather nice set here. Put that box out of the way. Again, I think this auction house just sort of paired things up that were similar. So you obviously had rescue, you had hospital stuff, and that is basically what I've got. I've got the Lego hospital, but it's not the rubbish one from a couple of years ago. It's the really, really nice one from a few years ago. And I never ever managed to get one of these, and I always regret not buying any of these for investment because I think it's a really nice looking building. Let me just get it out of its bubble wrap. There we go. This is a set 60204 is the set number. This is probably the best hospital in my opinion that Lego have ever done. I'd say they did one a couple of years ago which I really didn't like at all. This knocks it out the park. You obviously got all sorts of stuff going on the inside here. I think the recommended retail price for this, I can't remember what it was back in the day, but I did have a look on eBay. Now there's a variety of selling prices for this, of the new set. Some people have sort of put them on auction and they don't go for very much, but there's been a couple of people managed to sell these, sold eBay prices for sort of 125. One of them was 145. So there is potential that this will do quite well. I think most of my money is going to be made in this particular set here. The other three sets there, whatever I make on those, that's probably going to be my profit. So I think, yeah, if I'm looking at selling this for maybe 130, you might do 135 perhaps at a show, see how that goes. But that's kind of making my money back for what I spent on it, 125, and then those extra additional sets there, they're going to be my profit. So it wasn't really the best auction haul I've ever had, and as I say, I just seem to be outbid on all of the other lots that I put my bids in on by quite some margin as well. So normally when I bid on these, I'm always very careful that I don't bid too high because obviously I'm looking at making a profit on these sets. If you're buying because you want it, you're probably just going to pay a little bit more. So I have to be very, very careful that there's still a little bit of profit in there for me. And normally you have an invoice and then you sort of see the sets that you it's like, look, here's what you could have won kind of thing, as in Bullseye fashion, if you know what Bullseye is, back in the 70s and 80s, as TV show. Anyway, so I digress. But so normally get outbid by a lot of things by just £10, but this particular time I was outbid 30, 40, 50 pounds on some of the lots, and I do put some cheeky bids in there, but it just wasn't successful in this instance, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Right, enough about auctions. I'm going to got two more Lego boxes to get into, so I'm going to move a few things out of the way and get into that. First big Lego box then. I'm actually opening this upside down with my box cutter just because it's a little bit easier to do that with these larger boxes. They obviously have the seam on the bottom and it just means that you don't have to rip those awful tags off. So let's get into this. Right, okay, so we have a big ready-to-ship box, which you can see, but it was also a promo recently. I think this is the last day of this promo today, and it's more Space Babies. I knew I couldn't resist these. I have to say it's a little bit squashed at the top, but that's not too bad. So this is set number 40767. You have to spend over £135 here in the UK. I got loads of these back in, was it May, June time? But it's been back on as a promo. They obviously had loads and loads and loads of these Lego, so there's another one of those for my avid collection. So let's get into this rather large ready-to-ship box. Let's get these tabs off then. And we've got this rather nice set here. This is the Medieval Town Square. Set number 10332. I actually bought one of these recently. Yeah, this is a set that I want to try and get a few of, and it's I think this is only the second one of these that I've got. It's a really nice set, part of the sort of castle medieval theme. It is an icon set, and this is normally £199.99. I used £20 worth of my insider points to reduce it to £179.99. It did mean, of course, I still managed to get my Space Baby, my promo set, but I just think that is a very, very nice set. Whether or not it's going to do particularly well once it retires, only time will tell, of course. I like it. They are sets that I'd love to build it, actually. I say I have the original Medieval Square from about 2009, and that would go very, very well with that. So it is a set I am very, very tempted to build, but for now I won't. We'll keep it sealed, but yeah, I think that's a lovely set. Let me just show you a little bit closer on the back as well. You can obviously get into the back, and there's all sorts of little things. You get quite a few figures, I think, with this. There's all the figures that you get on the top of the box as well. You get some glare on that as well. So yeah, just a really, really nice set overall. I'm going to put it down on the floor for now so we can pull over the final large box that we have and get this one open. Okay, so we have another ready to ship box, and underneath here we have yet another baby spaceman. So another one of those. So that meant I've spent over £135. And we've got another ready to ship box to get into, and it's even bigger than the last one. Okay, let's get these tabs cut. And we have this absolutely beautiful set. I love this set. It's lovely. This is the Orient Express, if you didn't know. This is actually part of Lego Ideas. The set number on this one is 21344. This is 2,540 pieces. How does it compare to this? Because I think they are very similar sized boxes. This is actually 3,304 pieces for this. Set number 10332, but that's cheaper. This is $299.99. This is $259.99. I would imagine some of the parts are bigger with this, but that's interesting. It is significantly more fewer pieces for more money, but you're probably paying for the Orient Express license. Again, this is a set that is retiring at the end of this year, and I think this could do particularly well. It's a set that I don't think gets talked about an awful lot. I think people know about it, but I suppose it's on the pricey side. £260 is a lot of money. Now, when I placed my order for this, I didn't take any money off this, because what I did do was use a voucher. So whenever I place all my orders from Lego.com, I'll either use Quidco, Top Cashback or Avios. But occasionally there are other deals and specials, and it was a thing with Hot Deals UK, and it was spend over £200, not including VAT, so you had to spend over $240, and you could get a £60 voucher. Now those vouchers normally take about 3 to 4 months to come through, and unfortunately once I placed my order I haven't yet received a confirmation email, so whether I'm ever going to get this £60 we'll have to wait and see. If I don't get the £60, it's just going to be one of those things, but I was obviously able to at least get my promo, and of course I've got the really, really nice set as well, and I still get my insider points as well, so you get 5% of whatever you buy on Lego.com, you will get insider points. Just look how nice this is though. This is a really nice looking set. That is what it looks like on the back of the box. We've got all sorts of little scenes down here. We've got things in the carriage, we've got sleeping carriages. What else have we got? Is that a buffet car? So yeah, it's a very nice set. It's only been on shelves for 2 or 3 years, so not particularly long, but I think that could definitely be a win. I think the only thing that lets it down is that you really can't get any discounts on this. So I think if I buy any more of these in the future, I think I'll be using some of my insider points to lower the price a little bit. Right, that is everything from this haul. I'm just going to have a quick rearrange of everything behind me. There we have it then. So a variety of different sets from a variety of different sources. Obviously we had the two, or the bag of the 2 Harry Potter sets from Amazon. We had all those sets from my mystery supplier. We also had a few things from Lego.com and the auction haul as well. Now, I've just had a quick notice here on the side of the City Hospital. We do have what looks to be an Argos sticker, so I'm hoping that I might be able to peel that off without causing any damage. But I say, all in all, I think that the condition of all of the boxes is pretty good, so I'm just pleased with how everything's arrived. And just nice to get a couple of the larger sets as well that are retiring at the end of this year. So that is pretty much it. So some really good deals and discounts on most of these sets here. So I think the only thing that I paid full price for, obviously the auction haul, but was the Orient Express. Everything else I managed to get some half decent discounts on those. But that is pretty much it for now. I hope you enjoyed this Lego haul. Thank you very, very much for watching. Until next time, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.